This is a guide for Winning Ticket and Uma Musume Pretty Derby. I'm going to show you how to build this thing for PvP, how to beat career mode, if you want to farm sparks with it, which way you should go about doing it. We're just going to go through the whole career and everything that you need to know about this character. So right away we can tell this character is going to be running medium and long races. Their long is B though, so we are going to need a spark from someone to bring it up to at least A. Then pace is B, late is A. Ideally get pace up to A and or try to get late up to S using sparks. That way you have choices depending on if you don't hit stamina in time for the stamina checkpoints. So this character is going to be all about stamina. If you're going to use this one for team trials, you're going to want to put it in the medium slot or the long slot. And if you put it in the long slot, you're going to want to do a run where you get enough sparks to get this long up to like S if possible. So medium or long, what you're going to want for PvP is you're going to want to get a run where your stamina is like 800, at least 600, but ideally like 800. And then as much speed as you can possibly get with that. And then power, not as important. If you get pace S and long S, or pace S and medium S, depending which slot you're going to put it in, then the power is not as important. If you're going to run late, though, you will want to try to get power. But, I mean, that's just asking for everything. Like, just get 1200, 1200, 1200. Obviously, that's not really feasible. But basically, there's a minimum stamina, 600 to 800, and then as much speed and power as you can get, with speed being more important than power in that calculation. So that's the PvP build. If you have really good sparks and really good support cards, you can also try to get like 400, 500 wit with some of that combo, just to make the runs more consistent in team trials with this character. So if we look at the details, this character gets 10% gains to stamina and 20% gains to power, which is kind of wonky because power is not as important for a medium and long racer as it is for a sprinter. So it's kind of like a, I don't know, not a great character in general, but we can make it work. It's fine. So go to career info and you can take a look at all the races. So starts off with a medium, and then a medium, and then another medium, and then another medium, and then another medium. There's got to be a long in here. There's a long, and then we have a medium, and then another long at the end. So the longs are going to be your stamina checkpoints, and this one is going to be, I'm assuming this is like fall of the second year or something. So yeah, it's second year and then late October, and then the last one's obviously December of the last year. So those are your stamina checkpoints. What you're gonna want, since it's fall of the second year that you need that, you're gonna want, after the first summer that you go through, you're probably gonna want stamina at least 400 by then. Ideally though, because you're running, it's like, I don't know, because it's a stamina career, they tend to skew the stamina that you need. So you might want 500 stamina by the end of the first summer if possible. Next, we're going to pick the legacies. Obviously, pick the best things that you have. But we want to get long to A and pace to A, ideally, or try to get late to S, but always try to get long to A at least. And then turf to S, late to S, or just get all to A, whichever way. S obviously going to help you a lot if you get it, and then stick to that running style. But whatever, this is fine. We have this combo here, and if I get a good spark from this, then I'll have a 3-star speed parent with a 2-star power parent, and then get a 3-star for this one, which would be extremely unlikely. And the affinity is one single circle, which is not the greatest, but it'll do. So now for the support cards, no matter what though, I'm going to use the filler one here for level 50 Kitasan Black that I have from somebody I followed from the Team Trial leaderboards, which I highly recommend you do as well. And then what we're going to do for this character is we're not going to want power. Instead, we're going to, let me clear all these filters. We're going to want to, oh, I got to reset this. There, we're going to have to buy rarity. I don't even know how to look through it otherwise. So yeah, I'm going to grab my best stamina cards that I have. The biggest thing you're looking for is specialty priority. That's the thing that people rate the highest at everything. Friendship bonus and mood effect are probably the next most important things, followed by fan bonus and then race bonus. So anyway, the most obvious way to build this character, like simplest way, is going to be 3 stamina with 3 speed. Alternatively though, you could instead try to run 4 speed. I don't know if there's this character that was good or not, but 4 speed and then 2 stamina, which will make your stamina skill checks more difficult, but it'll make it a lot easier to get up to 1100, 1200 speed by the end. And that'll also get you a bunch of power. So like if you're doing this for a Sparks run and you're trying to get 600, you're trying to get like say 1100 speed, 600 power, 600 stamina, if you have good enough Sparks to back that up and good enough support cards, then you'd probably want to run this way. But if you don't have good sparks and things and you just want to consistently be able to get through it, it's probably safer to build like this and try to finish with like 800 speed, 600 to 800 stamina, however much power that gets you. Now, another option some people like to do is instead have 2 power, 3 speed, and then get whatever the best wit card is that you have. This is usually better if you have good support cards and good sparks, because then you'll usually have enough stats to beat career anyway, and then you can do this one occasionally to get free turns, basically, by getting some energy back when you get your friendship training with it, and then also be able to finish the career with some wit, which makes your character run more consistently in the races. I don't really like doing this, though, because my sparks and support cards are still pretty bad, because I've not been playing nearly as much as I should. So instead, I'm going to go with I'm going to go risky. I'm going to go 4 speed, 2 stamina. It's probably better if I go 3 stamina and 4 speed. But I really want to try to get 1100 speed during this run. Although, if I'm going to build this for PvP, I probably want the 3 stamina because I do want like 800 stamina. 800 speed would probably be better if I was putting this along for team trials. It just depends. I just like careers where I get a ton of speed. I don't know why, but hopefully it'll be fine. If I get really unlucky, I could lose. If I had 3 stamina, I'd probably be fine even if I get pretty unlucky, but we'll see what happens. So fast forward 20 minutes, and I got unlucky and I lost. So I'm actually going to go with 3 and 3, and the reason for this was it definitely was fine. The issue was I got unlucky, and I didn't get, like, any friendship trainings on stamina almost at all. So after an entire year, even though I had 2 stamina cards, after an entire year, I only had 200 stamina. So that can happen, and so if you want it to be safe and secure and make sure you win every time, then you're going to do the 3 and 3 instead. So that's what I'm going to do on this run. We got 38 speed, 24 power, 5 wit, and we got the aptitudes we needed from those sparks. So that's decent. That works. So there's 2 things in the beginning you need to focus on. So we're going to try to only train speed or stamina whenever possible. The exception would be if it really outweighs it on friendship training. So we're trying to get friendship trainings, but we're trying to prioritize speed and stamina. So say there was 1 on speed and 1 on stamina. I know there's 2 on stamina. Pretend there's 1. And then if power had 3, then I'll do power. But if it was 1 and 1 with 2 on power, I'd rather just get the 1 on stamina or the 1 on speed, whichever one I need more. In my case, stamina. We got to get that stamina check because it's a lot of medium and long races. The reason we do this is because we want to level up the training to level 5 before the end of the game. Like, ideally before the summer, or right after the summer even of the 2nd year. Or is it 3rd year? Whatever the last year. That's what we really are after. And that's right. We want to prioritize them as much as possible because the skill gains get exponential from there. The other thing we want to look for in the beginning is an opening in order to get our mood up from normal, because we're losing on skill gains pretty hard right now. So as soon as there's a 1 and 1 on speed and stamina, and we don't need a rest really bad, that's when we're going to go for recreation. You also going to hope that you get it from random events, but that's just pure luck. You could also go the other way and get bad mood from random events. So I still haven't gotten any chances here, so we're going to rest now. And honestly, it's kind of weird hoping that I get bad luck, but I'm kind of hoping I get some bad luck here. I still haven't gotten bad luck, so we're just going to keep training. But the skill losses are horrible. If you're in a great mood for the first 10 turns, that's like an additional 50 to 100 stats potentially, so it's kind of bad. I honestly should have just done it anyway. Also, if you ever get this event where they offer to basically eat or don't eat, I always pick eat. There's like a 1 in 5 chance of ruining your career with slow metabolism and having to go to the infirmary. But it only happens like 1 out of 5 times. It's like a free turn and a half, so it's always worth it. So on this turn, we don't have anything crazy. We have 3 on wit, but this is my chance to just do some recreation. So we got the 66% chance to only get 1 mood up, but hey, I'll take it. We really need that mood up bad. Now it's time for the debut race. I'm going to take this shooting for victory skill just because I can, and it's universal as a skill. And then we're going to do this race, and just know that no matter what your stats are, there's always this weird chance that you just don't get first anyway. And if that happens, you basically just lose a turn. Since I have A in both, I'm going to do pace because I need less power for that. And just to show you how silly this can be, let's find the number 2 favorite. Number 2 basically has 100 or less of each stat. Some of them are 39 and 40 something. So you should be guaranteed first place, but you might just get second. Who knows? But I got first. Good. So I didn't lose a turn. Now we have a lot of time. We have 11 turns. So again, just training stamina or speed, whichever one has more friendship trainings on it. And we finally have another turn with only 1 and 1. We still have not gotten lucky with mood, which is just awful. So we're going to brute force it. Of course, we got karaoke on the time we only needed 1, but hey, it is what it is. We need to get that mood up. We can't risk just waiting. So now there's a rare turn. We got 1 and 1 on these two, but power has 3. Plus, we also have Etsuko on here. The director and Etsuko, if you can get them up to orange by the end, it's just bonus stats after the URA finale. That's what basically it does. I don't know if it does anything else. That's all I know that it does. But it's good to get. You just don't go out of your way for it too much. Here's another weird turn where we got nothing and we have 1, but then we have 3 available on what, 4 total, 3 that still need friendship training. So we'll do wit. There's no skills I want to get. It's time for the first medium race, and our stats are kind of whack. I have had the opposite of my last run. This run, I've had like no opportunities to train speed pretty much at all. Should be a decent chance for first place though. Wow, we got 5th though. We were the #1 favorite to win. That speed not being up kind of hurt us, but also I think that was just bad luck too. But we survived it. We really want to have 300 to 400 speed by now instead. But whatever. Hopefully we'll get lucky with the speed now. We're starting to get friendship bonuses with the speed characters, so hopefully it'll pay off. Also, that was the end of the year. At the end of the year, for every character, you get one of these things. If you're missing energy, you always want to pick whatever one is safe strength, eat food, health, whatever. That gives you a free turn, basically, of energy. Also, this turn, we got stamina or wit. We're going to go stamina, obviously, like sticking to the rules here of what to do for stamina training levels. And here's another turn where the other options are terrible, so we're going to do guts and get these last ones up to orange. Also, we had bad luck. Our move went down to good for no reason, which happens randomly. Time for the next race. Our speed still sucks, and there's no skills to get because the skill hints we have gotten have been absolutely horrible. So we're just going to go for it. And we're going to see here. So we're the #2 favorite. Let's take a look at the #1 favorite. The #1 favorite has basically worse stats by a fair amount. And we ended up getting 5th place, which is terrible. Again, 5th place. This is speed. This is not the stamina anything. This is literally because I cannot train speed. I'm not getting anybody on speed. Even though I have Kita-san Black, who has 80 specialty priority for speed, I've seen her on speed like twice. So we literally just have not been able to train speed. Well, hopefully we'll get some luck and be able to train speed soon, or we're getting dead in the water. Also, we can't, again, nobody on speed at all. And also, we don't have enough fans. We literally don't have enough fans because of the double 5th place. So that's something that should never happen to you if you're having a normal run. And thankfully we'll win this one, though. But now, no chance to train speed again. We got to go into the next one. Also with no speed. Thankfully, we've got some inspiration here. Maybe this will get us the speed that we need. Let's see what we get here. I'm really hoping for some good speed because this is just horrific how bad this has been. Now 27 speed. Oh my god. I really hope we just get through this race. We didn't hit 300 speed thanks to that. We're going to get moderately increased performance when 4th favorite or below. We're just going to go all in this because I literally just have no good options here at all. These skills are just absolutely terrible. And I'm just going to get that to get me the edge. Like, this is not how a run is supposed to go. We have to do 3 consecutive races because of this. This is, like, literally one of the worst luck runs in a certain way that I've maybe ever seen. It's the worst luck I've ever seen. Wow, and that didn't even pay off because we're #5 favorite. We're dead. We're dead. If we get through, this is a miracle. Yeah, this is a miracle if we even survive this. Oh, my God, we survived it. Okay, this run is a disaster. But if we keep surviving, we'll get through. It shouldn't go like this. If we just had 400 speed, we'd be set. Dude, look at this. Again, impossible to train speed. Nobody on speed. Even though we have Kita-san Black, still, with 80 specialty priority, still nobody on speed again. So I'm just going to rest instead. I'm hoping we get speed next turn. Because we literally have to get speed. And then so we have 1 on speed. We have 1 on speed. We're going to take it. And hopefully just breaking the 300 barrier speed's enough to save us. Now we have a 20,000 fan race. And we still have no speed, man. So little speed. We're the #8 favorite. The #1 is not that much better than us, actually. So it is winnable, but we need top 3, I think. So we might be screwed. Let's see what happens. Oh, we got 2nd. This is insane. Like, honestly, guys, your run, hopefully you won't get unlucky and you'll have, 400 speed and like 250 to 300 stamina instead, and then you'll be just fine, usually. Oh, finally, now that it doesn't matter, look at my option here on speed. This is the first turn. It's been 1 year since the start of the career. This is the first turn that I've had anything like this on speed at all. Anything even close. So, wow, finally, a little bit of speed. Hopefully we can keep getting some luck. I'm going to do a weird thing on this turn. The next turn is summer, and I don't want to start summer missing energy, but I'm missing so little energy, I don't want to rest. So I'm just going to do this one for wit and try to get this friendship almost to orange. And just because there's really nothing else to do. I'd rather just go for... If there would have been something crazy to train, I would have done it. Okay, so we have a chance for a skill hint and some speed. Or wit and a hint. So I'm going to go with speed, obviously. We got to get the speed up. as soon as we can. We have enough stamina for the time being. I would like to see it at 400, but we got to get this speed up so bad. So we got nothing crazy. We can train stamina and get this friendship up, but then we'll have to rest. So we risk losing next turn if next turn's insane. I'm going to do it, though. Maybe that friendship bonus will pay off on the 4th turn of summer. So that didn't pay off at all. We got screwed. We could have gotten this great either stamina or speed, and instead we have to rest now. So that was the wrong choice, and there was no way of knowing. And then let's see. We'll always pick the top one here for power. And now we have a mediocre one for speed, but whatever. So the luck was decent for summer, but I made the wrong unlucky choices, and there was no way of knowing, so it didn't pan out. So overall, because of that, pretty awful summer, which is kind of, I don't know, it just goes that way a lot of the time. We're gonna buy straightaway recovery and work towards breath of fresh air, which we got during the career, parts that you didn't see when I was just skipping areas of this. And our stats are better. It's a long, so this is not the worst one to have our speed not be insane. You always want speed, though. It's always good. But we have 400 speed, 400 stamina, and we're in the top 4 favorites, so that one thing we bought actually is going to pay off. So hopefully we'll be fine. The number 1 is not really better than us, so let's see what we get here. We hopefully will get first. Oh my god, the curse of second. We honestly deserved a first, and I would say statistically the odds were pretty high for a first. I think that one was actually just bad luck. That one we were actually caught up now somewhat, and that should have been a first, but whatever. Now the start of the last year, gonna go all out on relaxing, get some energy back, and that gives us another turn and a half. We're gonna try to brute force speed as much as we can here, but man, that is just so hard to pass up. I just can't resist going for this stamina. But again, we're just like, I don't know. It's not, we've caught up some, so our luck's kind of turned around on the speed. But I would like to see in a perfect world a little bit more speed training. But it's starting to get a little bit better overall. Wow, finally an actually good speed. That is like the best speed we could get. Just to have one of those in a career can just make such a difference. It's a 50 speed in one go. That's huge. I'm actually going to buy this skill for the hesitant pace racers. Just, pace chasers, I mean, just to get something more variant. I don't really need the Gorman, whatever it was, the one for stamina, because I have 530 stamina. But hey, at least we're at 530, 540, but we want more speed than stamina, but nothing you can do. When you go a 50-50 split, man, there's just no control. You either get a lot of speed and like less stamina, you get 50-50, or you get a lot of the opposite. And so we ended up with a lot of stamina. Let's take a look at the number 1, what kind of situation we in now. So 460, 360, 360. And we have 540, 530, 380. So again, we should get first, especially with that skill for top 4. Okay, finally, the luck we deserve. Although early on, it was a miracle we survived with how bad the luck was. But at least at this point, stat-wise, we've caught up enough that we should be like getting first most of the time. Now we get our last inspiration. Let's see what these sparks end up giving us this time. Hopefully something good. 28.5 speed, 26 power, and 28 wit. And you know, I'll take that wit. That wit will help a lot, actually. At 175 wit, make us a little bit more consistent. Man, this luck. Nothing on speed, nothing on stamina. We could do power, or we could rest. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I think I'm actually just, I don't even know, man. I'm just going to do power, whatever. If I was doing this run normally and it wasn't for a video, right now, my goal would shift. My goal would be, let me just please, God, try to get speed and stamina to 600 before the end of this, if possible. That's like my hope at this point, but I just can't get enough speed, man. I just cannot get it. Now it's race day again. We have another medium, and our speed is barely good enough, and our stamina is way too much. So number 2 favorite, and just again out of curiosity, the number 1 is basically a 440 average, and we have more than that. And let's see what we get. First place. Okay, we actually have a pretty reasonable chance of first place at this point, even with this bad speed. So hopefully we can keep it up. So now we're in a great spot. Hopefully we can get some luck here to do good here at the end, because we're behind. Second summer, let's evaluate. In a really good run right now, I would love to see my speed already at like 800 and my stamina at like 5. So speed 800, stamina 500. In a super good run, it'd be like speed 850, stamina 600 or something like that. That'd be like a super run. And so we're not doing totally horrible. It's just our stat distribution is horrible. Like, I'd rather see 700 speed and 500 stamina. So hopefully in this summer we can make that up somehow. We could train wit here instead of resting, and honestly, for the skill hint and just, why not, dude? It was so many points. I'm going to take that. Then this turn we have a stamina and not a speed again, which it blows my mind. I have Kita-san Black borrowed level 50 with 80 specialty priority. She has been on speed like 3 times this entire run, it feels like. So now we can do speed for, I think this is the final week of summer, and we'll take what we can get. That gets us up to 650. So now we're in a pretty good spot. That was like I give that summer a 6.5 out of 10, maybe a 7 even, probably 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, so now we're kind of caught up. Hopefully we can get some good trainings and some good luck, and if so, then we should be able to close this out with a win. Finally, another speed. This is like the 3rd speed the entire run with 2 friendship training. Maybe not. Maybe it's like the 6th or 5th or 7th or something, but it's not many that have 2 speed. Man, I am loving this luck at the end. I almost never get lucky at the end, but I'll take it. Another thing that's to think about here, if you were just doing this for Sparks, right now what I would do is I would say screw the win, and I would just do anything I could to get power up to 600. But I'm not going for the Sparks. I'm going for the URA finale win, which will probably also get me over to power 600. So it's probably just the smarter play would just be go the whole way at this point. So we got an unlucky mood down at the very end here, and it's so late, it's not worth it at all to try to get that mood back up with recreation. There is no point to do that. We're just going to power through with good or whatever mood we end up with now. I'm going to buy the gold skill Breath of Fresh Air, even though I don't need it because I have so much stamina. But gold skills are nice for PV or team trials. You get more points with gold skills, so we'll take it just for that reason, if nothing else. And now we have the final stamina check, which I actually have enough stats. If I don't get first on this, it's actually bad luck, because I actually have enough stats for sure. We caught up a lot. Look at that. They basically have 500 across the board. And we have 780, 680, 530. Like, this should be a guaranteed first place is what this should be. And we did not get first place. That is actual crap. Like, that actually should just be first place. That's insane. The other thing we could do is we could try late, but we don't have a crazy amount of power. But screw it. Let's try late. We don't need Pace Chaser skills. And we got first. I don't know if it made the difference or not. I honestly think Pace Chaser should have been like a 90% chance for first. So I'm not really sure. That's what alarm clocks are for. There's nothing you can do when you deserve a win and it just doesn't give it to you. So save your alarm clocks. If you have something, like if I would have gotten kicked out in one of those earlier races, I would have started over, because this career started like doo-doo. It was such a bad start. It's a miracle we pulled through to the end. And if that happens, you just got to go next. You know, that's what happens. So we were talking about Sparks earlier and getting power up. Dude, this is the opportunity. I'm going to take this one. And this is going to be 17 power, and that'll get us closer. If we can finish the finale, this should get us 600, 600, 600, which is going to be a perfect Sparks run. Maybe we just stick with Late Surger, and then because of that, I'm going to get the slightly increased passing ability skill, and we'll just commit to the Late Surger since I don't have any Pace Chaser skills, and we do have enough power to back it up at this point. So let's see what happens here. This is the easiest of the finales. We don't have any wit, though, so it's not going to have us favorite very high. Oh, no, we're number 1 favorite. We are number 1 favorite. Who was number 2? 450 across the board. We should get first no matter what, like 98% chance. Okay, we're good. So we're in this odd scenario and take 24 stamina and 10 guts, or I can take 13 power and 7 stamina and get the Director's Friendship to orange, which will actually get me 15 of each stat instead of 5 or 10 or whatever. So we actually get more stats with power or close to even, but then I'm getting more likely that I get power to 600 Unify, like, don't make it. Although I think I have to win both these races to get, though, unfortunately. And next turn I have to rest. So we're going to go down here and see, is there anything else for Late Surge? Nothing that we can afford. I'm going to go into the semifinal medium race. Very short medium race, actually. Let's see what we get here. Number 8 favorite. Let's see who the number 1 is. Number 1 is 500 across the board, and we're not a whole lot better than that. I mean, we are, but what we need is speed 1000, and we don't have that. So odds are still in our favor, but now we're only at like a 90% chance, 80 to 90, maybe 95 at best % chance of winning. So this is where alarm clocks are really helpful, because we're not guaranteed at all with these stats, but odds are pretty good. Now it's time for the last race. We're going to get this last Late Surger one just to try to push us over the finish line. I'm so far behind that I'll take any skills I can get to increase the odds here, because it's not guaranteed at all. So let's take a look at this last one. We are number 7 favorite. The number 1 is not that crazy, but is pretty decent, actually. But we're still better. Still favored to win. 80% chance. And we got first. Maybe it's 90% chance. I don't know. Still pretty high. Once you get ahead, you're kind of just good. You know, it's like once you get to a certain point in stats, you're kind of good, but you still could you could randomly have that right there, and it just be like 16th place. Like it could totally. I've had it happen where I'm up like that, and I do it, and it says, "Oh, you came in last place," and so that can totally happen. But we had luck that we deserved and earned. We only got 10 stats from the director. Maybe you have to get the actual max friendship to get the 15. So if so, that one training was maybe not worth it. But in the end, we had an amazing Sparks run, and for PvP, it's not totally horrible, honestly. The skills are terrible. The skills on this thing are absolute doo-doo for team trials. Not absolute, but they're not great. They're not great for team trials. But yeah, we ended up with like a okay PvP build. What I would like to see instead, though, would be speed at like 1100 and stamina at like 700 to 800. And then that would also get power to like, 700 or something like that. That probably would have been ideal. Like, honestly, if we had a really, really good run, I'd like to see speed 1100, stamina 800, and then power like 700 or something like that. Maybe 800, whatever speed takes it to. And then wit, like, whatever you can get it to, right? 250, 200, 300, whatever. Just as much as you can get along with it by coincidence. So we're going to go in here and we're going to see, are there any skills we can buy for cheap? So we're going to go in here and look and see there's really nothing. We can take this. Oh, and we have enough for that. Those are the last two skills that apply for us if we're going to be doing the late chase or whatever. Not pace chase. Oh, God, I can't remember the late. Why can't I remember the name of it? The late one. Late. We'll just call it late. All right, let's see. That was probably a B. I think that was a B. Solid B. Yep, a B. A very I call solid B, right in the middle. And we got the 2 stamina, and that was because we got stamina over 600 in that run, so we had a 50% chance of getting 2-star, 5% chance or 6% chance of a 3-star, and a 45 or 44% chance of a 1-star, and we pulled the 2-star. We avoided G1 races because we were so far behind and had such wacky stat distribution. But if we had done, this is where, like, for spark farming, you want to do more G1 races. We could have had more white sparks. And you can see in here, like this one, it gives guts. Terrible one, honestly. This one gives speed and stamina. That's the finale, of course, so whatever. But, yeah, that worked out, though. We beat it. I didn't really gain anything for it other than I can throw this character in my team trial to fill a slot temporarily. But, yeah, so that career was awful. Winning Ticket's career is terrible. I'm going to say it right now. Like, that was a very difficult career. I'm going through and trying to do a video like this for every single character's career to help you guys out for anyone struggling with any of these. And if you're struggling with this one, I'll tell you right now, that was a hard career. Like, the way it was set up was actually not great. Like, if you get lucky on the run, like if I had 400 speed and 200 stamina in the beginning instead of having the opposite, basically, I could have gotten first, gotten more, I don't know, just gotten ahead better, had more fans, gotten my alt leveled up, different things. Like, it could have gone a lot of different ways, but it hits you hard and fast, and it doesn't really let up her career. So hopefully this video was able to help you out, guys. And you can see all the pitfalls and different things you can do to avoid and stuff. And just know in the end, you can get sparks, you can get good support cards, get them leveled up by doing scout pulls. But unless they're insane, unless you have insanely good sparks and insanely good support cards, then it's just luck. Like, you can do, like, if you follow the things I showed you, though, you can control the luck and make it way more likely to win. But if you get unlucky enough, you're done. Like, you literally cannot do anything. I've had a run before where I had a mood down like 9 times, and I had random illnesses like 4 times. And if that happened, you literally can't even finish a career if you have bad sparks and bad support. If you have good support and good sparks, like insanely good, you can power through anything and usually win. But until you get to that point, you got to strategize. Even then, you want to strategize because then you want to get a really good run. But hopefully, I was able to help you out. Now you know how to build PvP with this character, how to beat her career, the strategies behind how to get an A rank, and everything you need to know about Winning Ticket and Uma Musume Pretty Derby.